So, Schlotsky's it is.
Hey, what the fuck? Why'd you have to park next to us?
Try the seatbelt. Thank you.
Make sure he's in park. Phew. There's probably another 7 of them coming out.
Seatbelt on?
Yes.
Good. Now, we're going to Schlotsky's.
Yes. Let's try it again.
You know, in the future, they'll have cars that won't even go until your seatbelt's on. That might happen. That would be cool. When I was younger, I had a Laser, a Chrysler. It was a car. It was a sports car. My sister gave it to me. Well, she basically let me have it. It was a Chrysler Laser.
What about McAllister's?
And every time you got in the car, the seatbelt would automatically...
McAllister's.
They don't have those anymore.
No, I can set that
You
for my butt.
You couldn't remove it. The seat.
Can
it was only the lap belt. No, it wasn't the lap belt. It was only the shoulder belt.
Let's go to McAllister's.
The lap
I
belt.
have a special. Can you park? I'll have McAllister's.
So how do they know that you're... Yeah, they wouldn't know. Because the lap belt can save your life.
Can you park?
What?
I want to see the menu real quick. About $10.
Yeah, they don't really have those kind of seatbelts anymore. Probably because too many people died not having the lap belt. It only had the shoulder belt rather than the lap belt. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It had the shoulder belt rather than just the lap belt. So it was only the shoulder belt. And it would go down this way. Like it would it would move all the way from here to like right there. And it was a shoulder belt. But it did not have a lap belt. That was a ruse. My memory fell out. I had to get the memory back on. He threw a bunch of stuff in he threw tons of shit in our stuff, dude. We had to sift all the hatred that he threw in there. That was rude of him. We didn't see Tabitha tonight, Kitty. We don't know where she is. We don't know. Nothing's perfect. Could be curtains for her, or she could come back. We don't show her that much because Amy's gone. Amy was the black hat. Cut. Don't worry. We did our today's kitty is. Got me? We're going to cut here. I'm making food. Right here. Woo! Got the spinach going. We're going to throw in some of this. Everything the actor prepares. And then we got some of this right here. God bless America. The greatest country in the world. I can say whatever the F I want. Even if I'm writing a novel called Rib. Rib out. Don't call me the Lone Star Hacker. The Lone Star Hacker weighs 130 pounds. It's Bradley Cooper role. You only see him at the computer from behind. You never see his face. There's a reason for that. It's because Cooper hacked his way in. I'm the actor. And Rib, I play Jonah Samuel Camden III. He's an Alaskan state trooper that knows his sergeant, or the person that's over him, probably Mark Wahlberg, known as Al Greenwood, Officer Al Greenwood, the state trooper officer, or state trooper Al Greenwood. They call themselves officers, but it's Alaska. Oh yeah, you like it? I added it as a set piece for the vlog. Rib out. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? There's no one else around. You must be talking to me. Rib out. Star Hacker will need to show that he's a jester is that. He doesn't have to wear it. He could wear it one time, whatever. But he's very serious about this, about the computer, and making sure that he hacks. But he would have that in his room, and he would weigh 130 pounds. That's the most important thing about the Lone Star Hacker is his weight. He'd also have a scale, and he'd make sure that he weighs exactly 130 pounds. In actuality, Robert Cam did kill my sister because he called her stupid. When you call someone stupid, it says not to do that in the Bible. It also says not to have thoughts of murder. When you call someone stupid, you're saying they don't exist. We are here because of our thoughts. So when you say that person's stupid, then you say they don't exist. He kept saying it over and over in his head, just like he says it about me. He's a murderer, and so was his father, and so is his brother. Rib out. Don't worry about Robert Cam or Justin. They'll do as my sister did.
How long has that been there for?
Hang on.
Did we scare him?
No, just leave him alone. There he does.
Cat food or something. Maybe it's for...
Homeowner not there, only a family member, so I'm gonna send information. A lot of these people are just dogs and guns. You know, this guy back there from Kentucky, good-looking guy, he's got dogs. He's on his own. You know, he's a bachelor living in a house. He's bought one house and then sold another one. He left Kentucky, came to Texas. Dogs and guns. He grew up in a household that has security. It's kind of, I can tell that he's kind of annoyed by it. So he doesn't want cameras. I don't like indoor cameras. I told him, well, hey, I don't like indoor cameras either. You know, some people like, but I've considered the indoor camera for certain reasons, but I don't really like them. I think it's crazy. The outdoor camera doesn't bother me, and I think the doorbell camera's okay. You can talk through it and let them know that, you know, cops are on the way, things like that. But the indoor camera is weird, and then he just doesn't want any type of system going off. It's just not an ADT customer. I put some of that information down on my, you know, on my disposition where it turns red, a little red X, not interested, NI. So I went ahead that time and I did the home invasion story about my grandparents getting invaded. But still, he's just kind of smiling, smoking his vape, and saying, hey, listen, dude, I'm just here to sell a bunch of drugs. You know what I mean? It might have been a little high pressure, but I think it would have said no to the Pope. Who knows what he's doing? Listen, the amount of suspicion I see on some of these houses being drug dealers, I'd be sending about 50 to 100, what we call SAR, Suspicion Activity Report. I would be sending them all day long. You know, everything looks suspicious. But some people, I'm just certain. I'm like, they're selling drugs, you know what I mean? Give me a second, I gotta cut this into two. Officer 2106, slow down. You're being observed. Do not speed on this highway right here. He's right there. You're being observed. Okay, kitty? It's okay. Only option, whether you have one pair of glasses or no glasses, is kill them with kindness. If you can understand it, kill them with my business and security. And I'm not talking about security guard. I'm talking about home security, as in smart home security with Google. We want to be proactive, not retroactive. A police officer is mostly retroactive. They get the call and they go. Now, can we train social worker enforcement to be proactive? To try to find the crime before it can happen, like Minority Report? I don't know. We'll have to find out. We'll have to find the fuck out what I have to fucking do. This is what I have to do to protect my people. I gotta first find the Nazis, and then we have to skin them. But we have to think like them, and we have to know where they are before they know where they are. So we have to think like them. And then we have to be Chris Kyle. Very difficult to do in my business. It's very difficult. You get an iPhone 17, you want to have it come with a certain song. It's an Ice Cube song by Body Count. It's called Cop Killer. Because you'll be able to magnify where the hell they are. Reporting corrupt cop. Monday, July 6th, 2026. Try to always do it in one shot. This is a relatively area. It's right here. And we got to find the area of where he went. Because it's very important to get him off the road. We're right here, and we don't know if he went down this way. We don't know where he went. So he got away. They can get away sometimes, but we got some visual on it. So I'll show the direction he was going. If I was going here, he'd be right here. So this is where he'd be about right now. Right over by Crestwood Park. Right in this area. Maybe even going by Target right now. And here's the exact time. Monday, July 6, 2026. Corrupt cop report. I caught the cop speeding with no lights on. I called his cruiser number. And as I passed through the same area, because River Oaks is not that big, he saw me, I saw him, he went this direction, but I already got him earlier. So they're very aware. Then when he turned around, he was about three or four cars behind me. So he was 3 or 4 cars behind me, kind of trailing behind me. Now he's on Jacksboro Highway. So he's pissed because his cruiser number got called out. You can't go that quick without your lights on. They roll stop, and they also roll right on a non-turn right. So what it means is like there's a stop sign that you could be at or stop light, and you're not allowed to just turn right on it if there's a red light. So if you have a red light, you have to wait for it to do what? You have to wait for it to turn green on certain traffic stops. Where we live, they roll that constantly. That's illegal, and it's a sign of a corrupt cop. So they just roll right through the red light, but they're turning right without using their lights. If they were to hit a pedestrian that's over there, that's it for them. That's it. That's it. All because they couldn't stop at a red light with a no turn on red. They just roll through the no turn on red. They don't even stop at all. You're still supposed to stop at a red light. They don't even stop at the red light. They roll through it and turn to the right. I've seen probably 10 of them do it. I haven't gotten any of them on camera. Panion, who is an officer, a corrupt officer in Fort Worth Police Department, monitored that we were monitoring people that were doing it, but also cops. He went through 2 lines to the left to get into McDonald's to prey on Linda, to try to corner Linda at a Stratoflex. And then he met up with me with a female cop to try to arrest me over jogging. I was jogging in the park and was taking pictures of people that were close, that were passing by me too close because my sister was found murdered. Hey, listen, self-murder is still murder. She was found with a police officer's bullet through her head. It was probably a police officer's gun. So when Payan stopped me the second time, he's a Mexican cop. He's probably cartel. He was with a female cop, who's a redheaded cop. And they were asking me why I was taking pictures of people. Then they wanted to say something about a murder thing. I said, no, it's not a murder scene. It's not a murder investigation. I gave them all the right, correct words. I wrote a song about it and posted it on my YouTube. Listen, cops, they're corrupt. Keep an eye out. You can catch them using an iPhone 17 Pro or other things like it. Don't go near them. Be at a distance. Don't be a cop watcher and like where you're really close to them, because they will arrest you. So stay away from them. They're corrupt. I'm going to change this entire country, and I'm going to disarm them. They're not going to have a lethal sidearm anymore. Goodbye, lethal sidearm for the cop. Goodbye, lethal sidearm for the cop. Goodbye, 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 lethal sidearm for the cop. Say goodbye to your gun, cop. Say goodbye to your gun, cop. For the cop isn't gonna have a gun anymore, and I don't give a fuck if it rhymes. Fucking peace out, Ice Cube. Rib out. They have fixed these roundabouts. They don't have the right blinking stuff on them. I have a bunch of them. And once they give me power to do it, the first thing I'm going to do is change their door cheat. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do when I gain power, and I'm president of the United States of America when that happens, I'm going to change their dorky, ridiculous costume. Their uniform is going to change drastically. They're going to look more like business people. And their cars are going to be very different. What brand are they going to drive? You're looking at it right here. You're looking at it. Try to do it in one shot. Kia. They're going to drive Kias. Their lights are going to be dimmer. It's going to be a weird world we're going to live in. They're going to have dim lights. They're not going to be able to blind people anymore. They're not going to be able to shoot people and use these bright lights and put them in some kind of close encounters misery. You know, they're not going to look like UFO people. They're going to basically look like people. And they're not going to carry guns. As long as that shot pissed off P.T. Anderson, we're good to go. If I can piss off a filmmaker, we're good to go. Because I know it did. I love to piss them off. Any shot works, remember that. In any circumstance, it works. Any shot works. Don't let them tell you. Don't let that fucking faggot turd burglar tell you otherwise. Any shot works. Contractors, thank you. Español poquito. I'll try to make you a human being, and you blew it. I'll show you the dinero. Anytime you leave a man behind, you're not a human being in my world. But you're just an actor, right? You're just a clown. Oh well. Who else am I hear from? Oh, he just goes around making hatred noises towards that big guy that has the same amount of power he has. He might as well be yelling at himself in the mirror. We could all be having fun making rib out. This is homeowner land right here. Hear about the amount of trash a homeowner produces as opposed to a person in an apartment? You wouldn't even believe, dude. They got these big houses that are who knows how many square feet inside. They can just pack up the trash, man. They can just fucking just release the trash. They produce, one household probably produces the same as a whole complex, a whole apartment complex of trash. All these are oversized apartments. That's all it is. It's just fancy apartments. And then the thing is, they don't pay the mortgage and they gotta find another apartment. That's all they are. These new homeowners say, hey man, cool apartment that's oversized. How it works with apartments is like, it's the same as the house. So the house is, this is my front yard, this is my sidewalk, you can't be here, get off, and I'm like, I understand, whatever, and then you leave because you get kicked off. Doing this work, you get run off the property sometimes. But get to the car and then because this is considered property. Just like a van dweller, if they're living in a van dweller, that's considered their apartment. And if you live in an apartment, that's considered their apartment. I mean, that's considered your apartment kind of thing. It's like your property. So if they were to come up to your apartment, and this includes the police too, when the police don't treat it right, that is still, in a way, your land. But you're sharing it with a big community of people. So you may not say anything to them anymore, and then the other guy's like, well, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? The other guy's like, well, what are you doing here? Yeah, it was a Ford. It looked like a fucking pig coming up. But what are you doing here? What are you doing at this complex? What do you know, that kind of thing. They treat it that way. Really what it is, it's exact same shit, We have the exact same shit you have. But in heaven, we all live in the same mansion, all right? I'm trying to get in the minds of new homeowners to find out how lucky they are, but also how kind of bratty they are too. Because they can lose what they have. They can lose it to a fire, and they can lose it to burglary. It's more likely to probably a burglary to happen than, it's more likely than you think. Let's just put it that way. 46% chance if you just get moved in. It's pretty high. I mean, if I was over there in Germany, I would have, killed as many Nazis as I could have, probably, because I wouldn't want them around. I don't like that stuff. I don't like Nazis. I don't like the way they think. That's how I see the cops. And then in Japan, it's where my grandfather fought. He fought the Japanese on an aircraft carrier. He was World War II. He would have killed as many Japanese as he could have, and then came back home with a big smile on his face and started his beautiful family and became a millionaire. VC, that would have been tough. What were the VC doing wrong? What were they really doing wrong? Look at that. They weren't doing anything wrong. They were just in the rice fields. They weren't doing anything wrong. That was between them and China. So that war was fucked up. Major problem with World War II was they were starving people, especially in the Holocaust of Jews. They starve people here. They do. And you have to go steal a beef stick or something because you don't have income. You ever had to do that? Or trade in a bunch of movies so you can pay important bills? You ever had to do that? They starve people here. Now, if you choose not to steal the beef stick, which is somewhat easy to do, you can choose not to do it, you'll still starve. You can be a fat guy and starve to death. You can not get the nutrition you need and slowly just lose your mind. People can't tell you have a bunch of fat on your body. There are starving people here. They also stuff them. This country is cruel because they don't pay attention to people's humanities and their dreams. You will pay attention to my dream. It will happen. I don't want anyone to starve. But in World War II, they really starved them. They only gave them this shitty bowl of soup so they could barely work until they died. They starved them in work camps. So, but if you ever get in a situation where you can't afford food, that means the Nazis were coming after you, and you got to learn to destroy them. That's probably incorrect. Yeah, it's incorrect. Alright. It might be this one. I think it is correct. That's correct. Hey, so Nazis, they were like burned to death and stuff. They had flamethrowers over there in the bunkers. They died horrible deaths. And listen, a lot of them, if you look at the statistics, many of them gave up. They had tons of prisoner of wars to walk away. And a lot of them walked away. They finally put down their guns and they decided not to destroy other or the nation of Israel or whatever they were trying to kill. And the world, they were trying to take over the world. And there were other people they killed. There were 85 million people that died in the actual World War II. There were only 6 million that died in the Holocaust, but there were 85 million casualties. So 85 million casualties in World War II. 6 million of them were in the Holocaust. That was only a small portion of how many people were wiped out in World War II. The Nazis killed many. But here's the thing. There's not many left. Read my play, It's about a time-traveling Nazi. Look at those fuckheads, dude. Little police chopper. Freaking dance studio, man. It's a cool freaking van, too. It's like an A-team van. He will never test my blood before he dies. He'll never get an answer for anything. He will and shall die, worried and alone, in the name of Jesus Christ. Now look at me. Am I lying? Does it look like I'm lying? Father wants proof. Not about me, but about my kids. I have kids. He wants proof because he used to drive me around and say it all the time. How do I know that you're my kid? Your mother could have found someone else to sleep with. He used to say it all the time. He wants proof that those are my kids. You'll never have that proof. You won't even have it over my dead body. You'll never have that proof because that proof doesn't work in our society. O.J. Simpson's trial proved that. Evidence can be tampered with. And that O.J. Simpson went free because of that. You will never, ever have that proof. You will die alone. You will die worried. Now, does it look like I'm lying? In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Rib out. All my father ever wanted to do was put a bullet through his own hand. All he ever wanted to do was put a bullet through his own head. But his elder brother was brave enough to do it. My father never could do it. And then he didn't have to go to Vietnam. My father did. He was drafted to the whole... Hey, going to the boot camp by that time was just about as bad as going to Vietnam, if you watch Full Metal Jacket. That's why it's my favorite war film. If you got drafted and you went, hey, you were in war. It didn't matter if you got there or not. The boot camp was horrible during Vietnam because we were losing the war. So they tortured him. They beat him up and stuff. But he'll never know. He'll die alone, worried, and never knowing the answer. There are a bunch of homosexuals that live there. That's what the Marines are. They're a bunch of faggots. Harvey Keitel's a big supporter of the Marines. No big deal. So is Gene Hackman. Cut. End of scene. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. Ribbit. A frog makes. Or what's it called? A lizard. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill. Just joking around. I'm just joking around. I love America. They're great.
She works in the bank and she works in the store, and she don't go for that old stuff anymore. She likes to get high and listen to the band, likes to make love this is her kind of man. He's out there about the phone. In many ways.
Everything I do on this show is to annoy my father. He only supports the police and the army and all that kind of stuff because it annoys me. He doesn't do it for any other reason. He doesn't care about them. He doesn't care about the police. He doesn't care about the army. He's done with that. That's a Vietnam thing. He does it in front of me to annoy me because he's like, there's people out here that can stop you. I can't stop you. He'll call the police on me. If I try to stop him, he'd call the police on me. If he tried to stop me, I'd call the police on him. Everybody does that. It's an annoyance. Yeah, I know. You gotta talk these things out to overcome them and find out how to get past them. He did that when I was younger. He was involved with the police. He was arrested by the police for assaulting his neighbor. You know, we all have that kind of hatred, but you have to learn to deal with it. Plus, he was a meth head.
So I applied, basically.
He was gone the next
I went off
day.
that team.
It's like, he was gone. They just like, it was like so hush hush. They were so quiet about it. And then the next thing you know,
That guides my heart. Lord, I need you. Oh,
This particular song, they build at 1 minute and 25 seconds. But you have to have at least 17 seconds in there of music before it starts to take hold. About 17 seconds. If you go to Robert Smith's The Cure, he has an album called 17 Seconds. They need about 17 seconds to take them away from this, existence into the music. About 17 seconds. But they don't build until 1 minute and 25. So they start to build on this song until it starts to rise up and ascend. And then here's about 2 minutes where they go in a complete different direction. It's a brilliant song. It's a guy named Matt Maher sings it. I don't know the original writer, but it may be him. It's The law does not care about the rain. The law doesn't care who you are. It's like a bear. If you're stuck in that ring with the bear, it'll just eat you. It doesn't care. It could care less about your problems. Now, if the bear is trained, it might not. You might give it a hug. Let's do something. Let's get Matthew McConaughey and a trained bear in a cage, and let's have him hug. That's the law that he'll be dealing with if I'm president. He's a pot smoker. That's what it's going to feel like every day when he wakes up. He'll be waking up in a cage with a bear. I'm not a pot smoker. So he'll wake up in a cage with a bear every day. The law could get him to do that for real. They did it in Romans' time. They tortured actors. They cut their hands off and laughed at them as they bled to death on stage. That's what actors were treated like in the Romans' times. They would cut their heads off just for fun. He'd wake up with a bear in a cage. If I became president, he'd be nervous every single day. And he would just miraculously, as a sign of God above, quit smoking marijuana. And all of California would go dry. I'm 53 years old. I do a job of a 20-year-old. And sometimes I'm paid like a teenager. And sometimes I'm paid like a man. I have the chance to make $200,000 a year. But sometimes I'm paid like a delivery driver. It depends on how you feel when I knock on your door. All right, sorry about that. All right, Distill, that's spring. My beloved has a problem with her eyes right now. Distilled is the best thing for it. Distilled water that's cool water on the eyes. It's like 100 degrees outside. Sit back. Like, when will the best time to come back to, or get something comparable?
We don't carry that anymore.
Really? You're the only Albertsons that don't have it.
Yes, we did a reset and took it out.
What's your name again, George?
Yes.
Okay. You doing okay today?
Mm-hmm. Are you?
You seem kind of like angry at me.
Oh, because you're being kind of rude.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, you're being very rude.
I am very sorry about that. How am I being rude?
I'm trying to help you and you're like, hold on. Don't rush me.
Okay.
You're being very rude.
I'm sorry.
So what can I do for you as far as...
Do you
far
have
as
anything
business?
comparable in the lunch meat?
I have a whole bunch of lunch meat here. You can choose from.
Okay. Absolutely right. I'm wrong. Okay. So can I find the right lunch meat to stuff in my mouth on the way home? So I'm looking for something that's like buddy.
I don't know what your taste is.
Well, buddies are cheap. They're 79 cents.
Yours are...
Yeah. And I'm looking also if you got like 6 packs of tall boys. How about this? This looks good. This is good. So you said you like turkey, right? You're doing ham. This is turkey right here. This is oven roasted turkey. This would be perfect. Right there. Now I gotta find... That's a fucking asshole. If I get a receipt, I'll be able to get in touch with customer service on the receipt, right? Okay. George?
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it. Shake my hand right here. I'm with the New Liberty Party.
No.
I'm with the New Liberty Party. I'm running for the United States of America. That was rude. Very rude. There you go, asshole. You can get your fucking basket. This one is for George. I'm eating you, motherfucker. The manager does is try to get you to be mean to him so that he can hold it against you. He walked up and he was mean to me. He's probably mean to his employees. So I asked him, can I make a response from customer service through the receipt? And he said yes. So, you know how I'm going to respond, motherfucker. Did was I asked George, are you a new homeowner? And he got mad. I said, are you an old homeowner or a new homeowner? And he said, neither. I said, do you rent? And he goes, no. I think he said he had a house. I don't know for sure. He's a manager. George is a manager at Saginaw Albertsons. He was mean. I'm probably not going to report him. The turkey was good. They used to have the 79 cents budding turkeys, so I had to get like the 200 calorie, lunch meat rather than the buddings, which are 70 calories. It makes a difference. I don't have them there. They discontinued them. White guys will go in there and they'll get the 70 calorie buddings and eat it. They eat like 2 or 3 of them. All right, so I'm probably not going to report George, but white guys will go in there in the budding. They'll go in there in the budding and they'll get like 3 or 4 of them. They'll get corned beef, turkey, chicken, and they might get just beef. And they'll eat 4 of those packages. They'll get all a taste of each meat. Kind of Mongolian food. He was rude, but I'm not going to report him. I don't have time to. He was really rude. He must have come across everybody, and everybody is his employee, even the customers. He was mean. I was like, and I said, "Are you a new homeowner?" He goes, "Why are you asking me that?" I was going to try, offering the system. Or old homeowner, do you live in the area? You can do it to anybody. You can do it anywhere. Anybody that's a new homeowner. They don't have to be at their home. But he was mad that I asked him. He didn't tell me the story. He let me buy the beer, and I don't drink beer. This beer is for somebody else. And he let me get a distilled water and some turkey. So I could have said the F-U, N-word, and all, and I got kicked out of the store. I wouldn't be able to buy the product. So you have to be kind of like, okay, you're the boss. Let me just get the food. You start to give up at this age. I'm like 53, and I'm like, okay, fine. There's no fighting them anyway. So you learn wisdom. Wisdom is like, okay, all right, deal with it, That. I saw Robert Smith at the Disintegration concert back in the 1989-ish or something, around like late 80s. They went to, it's like an outdoor Starplex. It has it's mostly outdoor. They have like a covered area and then a stage. It's where Morrissey performed too. But I saw him in Disintegration. I also saw Lollapalooza there. It's called Starplex. I remembered it. I got a good memory. There is good in spirit and poor in spirit. Both are good with my Liberty Party, with the new Liberty Party. The new Liberty Party. It's good spirit and bad spirit. It doesn't matter either. It's an amphitheater. I saw The Cure there, Morrissey, and of course back in the day Lollapalooza. Lollapalooza was second. It was The Cure, Disintegration, then eventually Lollapalooza, and then eventually Morrissey, and then I did see 10,000 Maniacs and a few other bands there too. Amphitheater, Starplex. I've never called Starplex. It's called Dos Equis Pavilion. It used to be Starplex Amphitheater. Coca-Cola Starplex Amphitheater. Now Dos Equis Amphitheater, I guess. They changed the name. Its name is Dos Equis Pavilion. It used to be Coca-Cola Starplex Amphitheater, so it's Dos Equis Pavilion. They changed the name. Gotcha. They're supporters of the new Liberty Party. Whole series of cops. One was female, about here, and then 2 other cops here, and a white police officer car right here. So white truck, and then regular River Oaks truck, and then the female cop, all like right there. They all pulled over somebody. The date of the crime is July 6, Monday, July 6, 2026. That's when I caught them doing it. So we got to investigate each one of those stops. followed Charlie Kirk, but he got sniped on campus talking about good things. I didn't follow him, so I can't tell what he was talking about. But a eccentric sniper that had an eccentric relationship with another man, and he was a man, there were two men. The Roman guards used to sleep together in Rome. We're in a time of Rome. This is Rome. There are leaders that act like Roman emperors. And he was sniped, he was hit in the neck, and he died almost immediately. I don't know how much he suffered. All I know is what happened to him was unfair, because he was just a person with a cause, just like the person that shot him was a person with a cause. But we know now, if you're a representative or if you're a campaign runner, you got to get behind that glass. And you know that Big T, Big Daddy in the White House, gets behind the glass. And you know that people need to do that. He was a little, oh look, I am behind the glass. Can you see? I'm behind the glass. Fire away. Hello? I'm behind the glass. You gotta stay, as a representative, you gotta stay behind the glass. That way, the bullet always misses you. Where am I? I'm behind the glass. Rib out. Guys, they'll nearly rear end you because they have a quota to burn an amount of gas per day. If they don't make that quota, then they let down Trump. There they go. Trump supporter right there. You gotta really watch it. Because of the intentions of his heart. Catholic name. Goodness gracious. Tough one to move into. I'm gonna slam the door with an asshole. What can I do? It's no big deal. You just move on to the next one. But make sure they shut the door. That's very important. He went into his home and he shut the door. And I watched him do it. So that means you mark it as not interested and move on. So he went into his home and shut the door. He's in his home, mark not interested, and move on. That's called a closed door or a slammed door. You move on. Sometimes we have to go on a stretch. In Rib, Clinton Snarchino, based on Quentin Tarantino, the screenwriter and the filmmaker, he is a filmmaker in Hollywood, but his name is Clinton Snarchino. He works with a corrupt judge in New York, which is basically Franz Libowitz. Franz Libowitz will play a judge named Franz Slibowitz. It's like slightly different. I'm kind of quoting a little bit of John Bunyan's Town of Vanity and also Chinatown, you know? Town's Chinatown. I think that's the guy's name. I'll look it up later. I'll look it up later. But anyway, it's not about the knowledge. It's about the fact that he's like this corrupt filmmaker guy that's working with this corrupt judge. It's not the real Quentin Tarantino, but it's a Clinton Snarchino. They do hold him at gunpoint, and they do bring him to his pool from his library. They throw shit in his pool like they're going to pretend like they're going to electrocute him. It's kind of like the scaring into giving them information. And he gives them the information they need. I still need to write the pool scene, because I hear that Quentin Tarantino writes by his pool. Match that dialogue.
I dig you. Each other.
Oh, also, they're filmmakers too. Rib has a team of filmmakers, just like Hitler had Goebbels. We have our filmmakers that follow. They use things like this.
We dig each other. That's groovy. Oh yeah. I dig you. You dig me. I dig you. We dig each other. That's groovy. Oh yeah.